Still don't know much to this day, but I know a little bit more than I did back then. And I found a very, very interesting thing about the whole aspect of trees. Now, the Torah obviously was given to us by Hashem. We all know and agree that it's divine, which means that everything that's written here is directly from Hashem and is relevant as much today as it was when it was written. Nothing changed. So, now the Torah repeatedly tells us that we should not do what the non-Jewish people do. The Goyim have their laws, and we have our laws, but we don't have to argue about it. It doesn't necessarily make them bad or anything like that. It's just that we have a different standards that Hashem gave us, different laws that we have to follow, and they have different laws. That's it. The problem with us is that, again, because we're back to lack of knowledge and ignorance, we try to imitate them, which is something that Hashem told us specifically not to do multiple times.
Sounds like we're doing that in this story.
We're repeating it over and over again. Now the problem is that people, because they don't know, it's not because some people want to anger Hashem, but for the most part, it's because they don't know. They do things because they don't think, it's a big deal. It's a tree. What's the big deal? It's just a tree. I go to my friend Tony's house and he has trees all the time. No, God's not striking him. Why? If it was so bad, he'd just destroy him on the spot. All these people, we got millions of people all over America, all over the world. They have trees in the middle of their living room, some white, some green, some with balls, some with stars, some with this, some with that. All these people are living life. This guy's got a big house, got 10 rooms in it, and there's trees in every room. Why can't I have a tree? Why can't we have a tree? Because Hashem said we can't. And this is something that's not only something that Hashem said, He said it literally. It's not a translation. This is not an understanding. This is not only are we not allowed to do it, but no one's allowed to do it, meaning Jews or non-Jews. Unfortunately, people don't read the Torah. They think somebody told them a verse, and they remembered it their whole life, so they think they know the Torah, or they know the Tanakh, or they know something. They know 3 verses since kindergarten, or they know Tehillim because they read it every Tuesday or Saturday or some other day, or anytime somebody's sick, they read something, and they remember a couple of them by heart, so they think they know the Torah. They don't know anything. The problem is the Torah is endless. And if you read it, everything is in it. I found this recently, and I think this is something extraordinary. It's in the book of Jeremiah. It's in the Tanakh. The It's chapter 10. And I'll just start from the beginning, and you guys tell me if you understand what this says, because this is just a simple English translation. I mean, I can read it in Hebrew also, but I think English, not Rashi's translation of it, or some other sage interpretation of it, or the Gemara's interpretation. This is basic word-for-word translation of what it says. Tell me what you guys think. Hear the word which the Lord has spoken to you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, do not learn to go the way of the nations, and do not be dismayed by portents in the sky. Let the nations be dismayed by them, for the laws of the nations are delusions, for it is the work of a craftsman's hands. He cuts down a tree in the forest with an axe. He adorns it with silver and gold. He fastens it with nails and a hammer, so that it does not totter. They are like a scarecrow in a cucumber patch. They cannot speak. They have to be carried, for they cannot walk. Be not afraid of them, for they can do no harm. You guys got this so far? Okay, so tree, kishutim on them with little decoration, silver, gold. Sounds familiar, right? Okay, so we're a good start. Then Jeremiah 11. Interesting verse. That one, the first one is much more literal than this one, but the point is that this one is so in case anyone thinks that the second thing with the same book, since it's relevant also, anyone thinks that the covenant that we have with Hashem, meaning the mitzvot that we have with Hashem, are not relevant, outdated, don't need to keep them so much. Jeremiah 11, verse 1 through 5. The word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Okay, so it's not from Jeremiah's buddy, from Hashem. Hear the terms of this covenant, and recite them to the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say to them, thus said the Lord, the God of Israel, cursed be the man who will not obey the terms of this covenant. Okay, so this is actually third verse. You got the point on that one. And the last one about this tree. If the tree didn't bother Hashem, I don't think he would say this. Again, Jeremiah 11. The Lord informed me, and I knew. Then you let me see their deeds, for I was like a docile lamb led to the slaughter. I did not realize that it was against me they fashioned their plots. Let us destroy the tree with its fruit. Let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name be remembered no more. The tree also represents something else, is the point here. Okay? It represents an idol. And the point here is that if the tree was not a big deal, okay, if the tree did not mean much, if it was not a big deal.
Is the first one?
Yeah, the first one is Jeremiah. It's highlighted, the parts that are highlighted. Okay.
Yeah, but as soon as you put a tree in your house, put a plant in your house, plant. Water it, it's just a plant, it's a living thing.
Very different. They're not describing a plant.
Yeah, but they're not decorating.
They're not describing a
Well,
plant.
the
They're
thing is,
describing.
as soon as you bring a tree in your house and you start decorating it, it's kind of worshiping it like it's an idol. That's the problem.
But that's the thing. He's not talking about putting plants in our houses. He's talking about specifically a tree that they put decorations on it. And the Hebrew is actually even a little more detailed than the English part.
It's
talks about
basically a false god, because the thing is that it's a tree is the way they treat their trees is the ornaments that they get.
So people, okay. So here's the thing.
And the big stone.
Right. So here's the point. Guys.
אחי, זה מדהים מה שאתה אומר פה.
This is
In
something.
that days, like, it's before how long way before they celebrate the Christmas.
Oh yeah. This was before the religion. This
Yeah?
is before. Yes, definitely before. This is before Christianity ever existed or was even a thought. But the point, the beauty of the Torah is that it's eternal. It's relevant as much 3,300 years ago when we got it until the end of time.